Hey there, thanks for watching and welcome to today's edition of the Saturday Side Hustle, where just because it's on the side doesn't mean it has to be small. So this is the series where I let you know how I'm going on my side hustle gigs, what I'm earning, and my plans for growing in the future. Looking at the month of March, because it's the first week of April and I'm about to close the books for March and see where I landed in terms of earning. So just a quick recap, the three main side hustles that I have are my eBay business, and that is currently the only side hustle generating income. I also have this YouTube channel and a blog on the side as well. Neither of those are currently generating income. I'm working to get there. I also teach music lessons on the side and play gigs. I am a violist for hire, so I also do that as well, and both of those generate income, although it's really small and it basically pays my gas to get to whatever I'm doing. So that's what I'm doing for a side hustle right now, basically selling things and my services. So, which is really what you do for a side hustle or products that you've created. So just to look primarily this week on my my eBay business, I have begun, so this is going to be about how to work less and earn more. So I've definitely got the working less part down. I did that in March. I did not work very much. The earning more part we're still working on, but hopefully the plan is to get there soon. So where I ended in March was not where I wanted to be, but I am hoping that I am working on a foundation, continuing to work on what I hope will be the foundation of a successful business going forward. So in February, I mentioned I got my wholesaler certificate. I officially registered my business with the state, so I could get a wholesaler certificate and be able to buy inventory at wholesale prices, which is great. I placed my first wholesale order in March, and then I listed items from that order also in March. And I also coincidentally got really lazy toward the end of March, and let me give myself some credit. It wasn't so much that I got lazy as stuff in life came up, and I had to redirect my energy from my business to other parts of my life to kind of keep the ship upright, which I did. Ship's still sailing, which is good. Everyone that was on the ship at the start of the year is currently still on the ship. We're still heading in the same direction, which is also good. So that's where that is. But I wasn't able to devote as much time and energy to the business as I had wanted. So that just is what it is. Not going to beat myself up. But something super exciting happened this week. Something small, but exciting for me, and that was that 3 items from that wholesale lot sold. So I'd also mentioned the wholesale lot contained car parts and car items, and the reason I did that was a couple reasons. I thought, number one, it would be a quick, it would be easily replenishable, so I could easily list it as well. They're super simple. It's like a car number, and you know what it is, you search for it, you have your vehicle, you have the part, if the part matches your vehicle, perfect. So that was number one, that it was simple. B, that I would potentially in the future, because I got this lot from a wholesale distributor, but potentially if it works out, I could potentially just go straight to the manufacturer and say, hey, do you have any overstocks? And set up a relationship that way. It might be a little bit more difficult than I'm thinking in my head, but that was my thought about that. And number 3 is I've done that. I've actually purchased car parts wholesale online, or purchased, I know I needed a headlight. So rather than go to the mechanic, I went on eBay and I searched for it. And I just bought the part and then brought the part to the mechanic and had the mechanic put the part on. It was super cheap. I would say half as expensive as it would have been had they bought the part directly and charged me the markup. So there's that as well. Rather, because I had been selling, most of what I sold was clothing, home goods, bags, and shoes. And while I still continue to do that, there is the market's saturated. So there are many people selling that and fewer people looking for clothes online. Whereas with car parts and automotive things like that, it's a smaller market, but there are fewer people selling and more people looking, which is the ideal distribution. So those are some of the reasons that went into me choosing this particular niche. I also kind of like it. Like, I don't really necessarily like cars, but I like automotive things. I like being able to know what's going on in your car and know what people are talking, what the mechanic's talking about. That came from being a woman alone, trying to get my car repaired and wanting to know what they were going to do and what needed to be done and how we could get it done cheaper. Because as we know, I drive very early model cars and I pay cash for them. They're all paid off. So that went into my decision to buy car parts. And the exciting thing that happened this week was that I sold not one, not two, but 3 items from that lot, and they all happened to be the same item. So 2 of them sold all at the same time, and then another one sold within a day, like 24 hours. And that was a front wheel speed sensor. It's an AC Delco part, 3588. I'm like, oh, interesting. That they all sold at around the same time in the same parts. So I try to break up the different processes. So I'm like, oh, but what if they get returned? What if it's the wrong part? What if it doesn't fit? And I'm like, you know what? At this point, all I need to know and all I'm responsible for at this point is the customer paid me, I shipped the item out, done. If there are any returns that need to be opened, that is a separate business process that we'll deal with when it happens. So at this point in time, I'm really excited because it proves that there is a demand, which is exciting, and that these will sell, that I am able to sell these things, these parts. So that is pretty encouraging, because my dream would be to just place 1 order a month, already have those listings up and running on eBay, and just be able to to replenish and not have to list again, to create new listings on my store. So that is super exciting. That is my long-term plan, and that is how I would like to be able to work less and earn more. So that's what's going on currently in that particular niche, or that particular area of my side hustle. That is what I have planned, hopefully for the rest of the year, because I can't count on being able to work harder. Like, there's just gonna come a point where you don't have the energy to do it, where I don't have the energy to do it. I know myself. Some people might be able to list, 50, 60, 100 items of clothing a day. I just don't have the time or the energy or the interest in doing that. But I do have an interest in setting up systems and automating processes that would ultimately be able to run themselves, essentially, almost. So that's where we are for the week. That is also sort of my process for the month going forward. My goal is to have to list everything that I have from the order, have all of those orders up and listed on eBay, and eventually to start forming relationships directly with manufacturers. I think that'd be fun and exciting, and potentially rewarding. So that's where it is. Those are my goals. That's where I am for April, and my plan to work less and earn more. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you'll keep watching. Bye!